All right, everything's working over there? All right, let's go ahead and get started to the Thursday, June 8th, 2023 Town Council meeting. We're going to start out, as always, with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Kristen, it will not be you. Tom, could you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Roll call. Here.
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 All right, thank you. Let's go into approval of the agenda. Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
We have motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Do you have any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
She's back. Minutes from the May 11th, 2023 Town Council meeting. Motion to approve the minutes from the May 11th, 2023 Town Council meeting as submitted.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Second, any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Perfect. Minutes from the June 1, 2023 Town Council work session. Motion to approve the minutes from the June 1, 2023 Town Council work session as submitted. We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Raising your hands.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Let's get into a special presentation tonight. And Council Member Larry Jaworski from Chesapeake Beach, also an active member of the North Beach Fire Department, is here to accept the proclamation honoring Matt Weber, AKA Mad Dog, if you knew him. He recently passed away. He was dedicated to our community. He was at, I don't know if there's ever an event I went to in the last 20 years at the fire department. He was not there working. What a great guy. So I have a proclamation I'd like to read. We'll do some photos. Councilman Jaworski can come up. Whereas Matthew Lee Matt Weber was born January 19th, 1957 and grew up in Greenbelt, Maryland. And whereas Matt Weber joined the Greenbelt, Maryland Volunteer Fire Department on May 1st, 1973 at the age of 16 and served until 1993 in various positions, including sergeant, lieutenant, captain, deputy chief, and assistant chief, he earned his lifetime membership. And whereas it was during his service with Greenbelt Volunteer Fire Department that he acquired the nickname Mad Dog, which stayed with him the rest of his life. And whereas Mad Dog Weber joined the District of Columbia Fire and EMS Department on February 13th, 1989, and served as a driver on Truck 16 in the Garfield Heights neighborhood until his retirement on June 14, 2014. And whereas he moved to Chesapeake Beach and joined the North Beach Volunteer Fire Department on September 1st, 1993, proceeding through the ranks as first sergeant, fire captain, elected to the board of directors in 2017, and elected president of the department in 2018, serving in this position till his death on April 30th, 2023. And now, therefore, in honor and appreciation of Mad Dog Weber, decades of service to his community, on this 8th day of June, 2023, the town of North Beach mayor, town council, and staff express our sincere appreciation for his dedicated service to protecting our town. And further, we express our deep condolences to his family on his passing. Signed, Mayor Mike Benton. Come up here. Come a little closer. You want to come around? Yep, let's go around. All right, absolutely. Paul's not here yet. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Make sure you all know how much we appreciate it. We're going to be having a. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right. All right, let's move into public safety report. I do, and also if Lieutenant can introduce his new deputy once he gets up here, that'd be great. Clap one.
Okay,
Is it still green?
it's green. All right, well, as you can see from the report, May was pretty quiet. The first Friday's events are going well. We haven't had to make any arrests or take any action really worth mentioning. The preparations for the fireworks are pretty much in place, so we're already ready for that. So if you haven't heard already, Gary Schroeder earned a much deserved promotion to first sergeant. So he's been transferred out of the beach. So I have his replacement here. You can stand up. This is Steve Moran. Replacement, very capable guy. You can see from the green, he's on our SWAT team. He's K9. He's everything. So
Good.
So look forward to working with him. So it should be a seamless transition. That's about it.
Inside the package is the report, also on board docs for all the residents. Anyone else can see all the calls, month, year to date. I just want to appreciate, I got a lot of comments that your presence was well seen at the Friday night, but also throughout the week. So, you know, we have some laws changing come July 1 that we're very concerned about. And we've met with, Lieutenant and his deputies to address it. You know, we feel we're going to have a busy summer down on the waterfront. So having the ghost car around, people wonder where the police officer is. So that's wonderful. I get comments about that, but also just seeing you guys out walking. It really does help us a lot. The other day, one of our staff had to call the 535-2800 hit 0 because it wasn't 911. It was 535-2800 hit 0 for anybody who wants to know what to do. Unless it's 911, don't call 911. And within minutes, your deputy was there. Within, by then the individuals have already left, but the response time was wonderful. Once they knew to hit 0. So I appreciate that. Anybody have any questions for it, Lieutenant? Thank you so much.
All right, thank you all.
Code enforcement zoning.
So other than the report, the main focus has just been moving the comp plan forward. The consultant met with the state 2 weeks ago, and I should have an update from him probably the end of next week. I'll send out to everybody.
Any questions for Rick? And also, if you haven't get to his office, he's got a nice whiteboard full of stuff on there. So if you see what's going on with code enforcement and zoning, they're out there.
Almost full.
It's almost full. Code's out there. If a resident calls us, we do a report every Tuesday. We report out from emails and or North Beach Access. So we're doing our best to hit what we can when we see it. And if we don't see it, if a resident calls, we jump right on it. So if you have any questions for Rick before we move?
I have a
Thank you, Rick.
question.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I have a quick question. Hey, Rick. Maybe I missed it, but you mentioned in your report that you had finalized the results of the survey. Have you sent that around, or are you planning on it?
They're on board docs.
They're on board docs.
They're on
They
board
are?
docs from the last planning commission meeting, on the 24th.
But they're not.
Okay. Can you summarize like the results of the survey? Any of the highlights or high points? Anything, any trends, anything?
People were concerned about parking. It wasn't a lot of big surprises. It was
Okay.
very similar to the last one. We did get a better response this time. I think the last survey we did, it was well under 100. This one was over 100 responses. But if you go to the
Okay.
planning, if you go to the planning commission on the 24th, they both of the documents should be listed there. So you can see
Okay.
all of the individual responses, and then there's another document that kind of correlates them all together.
Do you identify which responses are going to be incorporated into the comprehensive survey or are already planning to be
Well, they'll look
incorporated?
at all of it.
Oh, okay. So you're in the
They'll look at
early
all of it.
stage of, you're in the early stages then of analyzing the survey.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll go check it out.
Thank you so much, Rick. Marketing and Public Relations, Dawn?
Hi. On my report, you'll see we had some recent features of North Beach. We were on WTOP News. We were in the Old Town Crier. Calvert County has paid for a Visit Calvert commercial, and that's streaming online in the spring and fall of this year. We were even on foxbusiness.com in the lifestyle section about most affordable beach towns revealed. So take a look at those if you want. The other thing I mentioned is some of you may remember that last summer, July, our town council meeting, Julie Oberg from Calvert County was here to present an explanation of a ferry feasibility study. And Calvert County, I think, is teaming with, was it City of Annapolis and a few other entities on a feasibility study about, pretty much about a ferry system to take people from one side of the bay to the other, or in different tourist sites. They submitted grants, the grants were approved, and but North Beach was not selected. So they chose Chesapeake Beach and Solomons to be a part of the study. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. And that's all. Unless you guys have questions.
I mean, we're in the heat of the season. We have the resident guides that go out. So there's a lot of information out there. If you sign up for our text messages, if you sign up for our email blast, it's you're inundated with stuff. So, all right. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Yep.
Donnie Bone is not here tonight. He's on a much needed vacation. So we'll move on to town clerk.
You have my report in board docs. I did want to mention that as the wage compensation and classification study RFP is back out. It's due June the 23rd at 1 p.m. and there's currently 3 different companies that are interested in reviewing the RFP and putting in a proposal. Lauren, to let you know, the comp plan study through SurveyMonkey is still open. The Planning Commission asked at the last meeting to open it back up to give it some additional time. So if no one has taken it, we can send out another blast tomorrow or Monday, pushing it one more time. And as of today, there's 134 responses, so that's well over what we received last time. So we're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see, like I said, what I kind of alluded to with Rick, just what the trends were and what people are concerned about. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it'll all be summarized once they get it done. Some of the things I saw, some people want Aldi or whatever it's called, grocery store, I believe, a medical building, a lot of things that we have now. So, but we got a lot of good input, and we'll just disseminate it, and the commission is going to look at everything. Nothing will be left behind.
okay.
All right. Any questions for Stacy? All right, Joe.
Okay, you have 2 months worth of treasurer's reports in your packet. I wasn't able to get my report last month, so I wanted to include it in this month so that it would be part of the record. I wanted to highlight on April 1st through April 30th, the balance in the general fund was $974,000. For MLGIP capital, it was $2,972,000. And for sewer capital, it was $92,000, and water capital was $44,000. The ARPA funds are $2,051,000. total cash available to the town of North Beach at the end of April was $6,135,000. You can see we didn't receive any hotel revenue within the month of April or state business license revenue. The most significant item that I'd like to bring your attention to in my report is the deposit of gaming revenue for the second and third quarters of $270,000.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions for Joe?
Sort of, but it's a sideways into Public Works. How is the work going on the Public Works building?
Great. Let's go back to Public Works. Perfect. So the company has started. We're dealing with legit, so we're with them on a regular basis. They have started. The trusses were delivered last week. They're in the back laying down. I think what you'll see in the next week or two is that the roof being ripped off. The solar panels were already removed and placed in the back of the DPW. So once the trusses are removed and the new roof goes on, then you're going to see it quickly pick up. Because then to be watertight at that point, but most of the items have been pre-ordered, so there should not be delay on supplies. There is some small items, but the HVAC company, the electric company, everybody's on call right now, waiting for that roof.
Like waiting for it to go. Okay.
Once that roof is on, then it's watertight. Once it's watertight, then it's game on. So far, so good, but DPW is biting at the bit to get back into their building, so. Any other questions? Thank you, Mickey. Any questions for Joe? All right, the waterfront and parks information is in the attachment. All right. Public guidelines. The town of North Beach welcomes public comment. Please step to the podium, state your name and address, and limit your comment to 3 minutes. If joining via Zoom, please enter them into the chat box.
Elizabeth Lawton, 9232 Erie. I sent 2 documents over. One's just the usual request for information. There's only one item there that I want to bring up. The app, North Beach Access app on Apple is not functioning.
Right.
And I've had a couple other people check it to make sure. It's just not available in the US. That's the code we're getting. So if we could just figure out what's happening there, that'd be great. The other document is just to council with copy to you, Mayor, and the lawyer about just follow up to the comments that I made about the town administrator. I don't want to read it here. I think it's pretty, there's pretty good information there. It's actually what I do is organizational consulting. I've been doing that since the early 2000s. So that's my view on it and why I took the position that I did with that. And last but not least, I want to actually appreciate and congratulate council on the work with the trash collection and how you're handling phasing in the recycling. And I want to call out, I'll say shout out, but maybe that's not appropriate, to Ken for stepping back on the recycling. Didn't occur to me that we really shouldn't include plastic because the percentage of single-use plastic to the percentage of plastic that we can actually recycle is so large. Yeah, it's so large that feedback, that it doesn't make sense on the training curve. That would just be too much. And anyway, so I appreciate that very much. So thank you. Oh, by the way, I am rowing possibly with Chesapeake Church this Saturday. Very excited. Also my birthday. So have a great time, y'all. See you later.
Thank you. Any comments online? Anyone out? Anybody else before we move on? All right, thank you so much. Let's move right into the town of North Beach waste management contract. We have 2 contracts, 2 areas to vote on. One is the trash pickup and one is the dumpsters. Last week, we discussed it, in detail. So what's in front of you was 2 options. One is with bins, one is without bins, and then circle back around about 9 months from now. So do we have any motion on the floor?
I'd like to make the motion to trash service collection to Southern Maryland Recycling. in the amount of $239,000 and $239,143 for a 3-year contract, which includes the tipping fees. This award includes the collection of household trash twice a week, recycling collection once a week, similar to what we have now, bulk trash collection once a month, and the collection of yard debris twice a week with household trash.
We have a motion on the floor to move forward with Southern Maryland at 239,143. We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I have a question. What are the days of pickup?
They're gonna actually remain the same. Stacy sent out a
So
email.
everybody, so just for the public would know.
Okay, they're gonna remain the same days, and then we're also gonna have pickup after holidays now on Tuesdays. So that's a good thing. That we didn't
Going
have
back to
that
what it
before.
was the previous contract rounds.
So we don't have to change anything. We'll educate them and let people know that we are picking up. It's only 2 days. 1 year. I mean, so
It's 2 collections
yes,
this, for the remainder of the year.
they offered that. And I, obviously we can go a little deeper on that, but either way, the contract, that would be worked out in the contract. This is the bid. So we have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye and raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. And then the second is for the dumpsters.
I'd like to make a motion to award the contract to Southern Maryland Recycling for the dumpsters required in North Beach. That includes 1 30-yard dumpster with a monthly pickup, 1 8-yard dumpster with a twice a week pickup year round, 2 8-yard dumpsters for the month of May through September with a twice week pickup, and 2 community cleanups, which include 10 30-yard dumpsters and 1 15-yard dumpster.
We have a motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
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 All right. So moved. Thank you so much. Next is our attorney's going to step up to the plate. Legislative action, request information. Karen's going to brief everyone on this. Is that on?
Yes. So good evening. There are many processes that the local governments utilize that are dictated by state law. For example, how we amend our charter, how the annexation process is handled, certain things with respect to your zoning or comprehensive planning. And when it is required process in state law, the town must give notice of its hearings and what it's doing by way of publishing in a newspaper of general circulation in the town. That's become in recent years increasingly more difficult for jurisdictions to do because there are less options for the newspapers, 1. 2, a lot of people are finding that they're having to publish in, for example, the Washington Post, which is very expensive. And then 3, whether or not it's really effective at getting to the public. So the Maryland Municipal Attorneys Group for, which is a department of, I should say, the Maryland Municipal League, has been looking into a legislative action request that would amend the 4 or 5 provisions of state law that require publications in a newspaper of general circulation to allow each of the jurisdictions to alter the way that you publish. Perhaps it's publishing on your website, publishing in your newsletters, text messaging for those jurisdictions that text, emails for those jurisdictions that email. The thought being that that is much more effective in getting the word out than putting an ad in a newspaper that people will not see. And so the July 1 deadline for submitting legislative action requests is coming up. And the Maryland Municipal Attorneys Group is going to the municipalities asking for support for that request. because we feel if we have the support of the municipalities, it's more likely to be put on the agenda for next legislative session. So we are asking if the town of North Beach will support a legislative action request allowing publication in a different fashion than in a newspaper of general circulation for those state created processes or mandated processes for the local governments.
So tonight you're just obviously putting it out there so the council
Mhm.
can hear about it and then discussion can take place. But so July 1 is when they vote on it. Right.
Request what goes forward, yeah.
Ideally today, you'd like do we find our name to it to say, yeah,
Correct. Would you support such a request?
Can I do one? So Stacy, if your mic's on, so Stacy handles all the information going out. Rick also is involved with the appeal board, anything of that nature goes out. They've seen the change over the years of getting information out to individuals. So if one of y'all would like to make a comment, talk to council about what you have seen, because you do it all the time. Trust me, you see it, you know.
Yeah, I encourage the council to fully support this. We have to advertise in a paper in out of St. Mary's County when we have to do our advertisements for certain things. So yes, it is increasingly hard. I'm not sure how many people actually pick up a newspaper unless it's the Washington Post any longer. So yes, I encourage the town to support that tonight for the Attorneys Association.
And Stacey, if I recall correctly, I think we already did this for our local.
We did this for certain items in town where we do text messaging on our website. We post here in the bulletin board, down at the bulletin board at the post office. We make copies and put in the post office. So we have changed a part of our process here, but some, like Karen explained, some of it is state mandated that we could not change in our own ordinance.
Yeah, I'm just stating that because I think we've kind of already supported this change
Exactly.
internally. So it seems like this is just an extension of what
Yes.
we've already done.
We go above and beyond to make sure no one's left behind. I mean, the post office is the talking point for a lot of people. If you ever go there, you will be stuck there for a while. So we'd have the bulletin board and we print out copies and put them right there where the family individuals are going to. I just think supporting this would make sense as we continue to evolve. So, but I like everybody's input so we can help give Karen a direction that we as a municipality see.
it makes sense to me to do it because there's no more voice, there's no more recorder, there's no more independent. Bay Weekly went digital. And I think we have one reporter on, who was here a second ago, from, yeah, from the one paper that is still somewhere around. So it makes sense to me to go that way. So.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We did support legislation for this to get passed, but obviously it failed. So I wholeheartedly support trying to get this done. So I think we should do this.
And real quick, just so you know, Greg's on the legislative committee. So if anybody knows that everything's going around, run around in MML, it's Greg. So thank you.
And may I ask,
not
are you
all.
referring to Gaithersburg's request last legislative session?
Yeah, it was a legal advertisement or legal notice publication in newspapers or newspapers in general circulation, but the digital is what. Yeah.
And I think Gaithersburg was the one who put that forth. And so now we're all trying to get behind it.
Right.
To give it a little more
Right.
force.
So
Mr.
we'll keep trying.
Councilman Dotson, Hummel.
It makes sense.
I remember that MML, I want to say a decade ago, was discussing this.
Right.
So this has been around for a very long time, and I've been supportive of it since then. And I'm amazed it hasn't been changed yet. But I think it is
close.
now. I mean, the erosion of local newspapers is now critical. So we got to move on to a different format. So it's now on us.
All right. I know, I can tell you where Paul stands.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
And I mean, it doesn't stop us from also publishing in a newspaper if we so choose.
If you
It
could,
just doesn't make it
once those back
mandatory.
up, We'll be more than happy to.
Sure.
Dick's in the top right, excuse me. Dick's in the top right-hand corner and he's at all our meetings too. So
Yep.
he's very active to make sure that he gets the message out about our meeting. So even though he's not on the screen. All right. So we don't need to do anything formal, right? Just consensus. All right.
Think you have.
Yep,
Thank
you
you.
have consensus. Thank you so much.
Lauren?
I apologize, Lauren. I forgot you were up there at Brady Bunch.
Now,
It begs logic not to do it.
Okay.
so,
Yeah, I'm surprised I can't believe it's not been done.
well, it has been done in the past. The only thing is, I think this time is attorneys are trying to get involved throughout the state. And I think we should support our, so let me back up here. So you're trying to get all the 157 municipalities and districts to support this, or are you just trying to get, or all the municipal attorneys trying to get the towns that they represent? How are you?
I
What's the?
would think ideally we would have all 157, but I think it's more likely that all of the attorneys who are members of the Maryland Municipal Attorneys Association are getting their client or asking their clients to support the initiative.
Good. I would go one step further and even try to push those that don't have representation to try to get their town to submit their LAR before 30 June. You know what I mean? The more push we got, the better. You know, of course, we failed this time, but doesn't mean we're not going to get it across the line. So
Thank
that's
you so
all.
much.
Thank you.
Well, you have our support.
Thank you.
Let us know when you need a letter or something from us.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's move on to item 8, ordinance and resolutions. So the first one we're going to attack is ordinance 23-06. An ordinance adopting operation budgets for the general fund, sewer fund, water fund, capital projects fund, and community conservation fund for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2023 and ending June 30th, 2024 fiscal year 2024. Tonight is about voting. Let's get this puppy going. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion. We have, so a motion to approve ordinance 23-06, an ordinance to adopt the fiscal 2024 general fund, sewer fund, water fund, capital project, conservation fund as presented. We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye and raising your hand.
Aye.
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 Resolution, let's keep going. We have a couple of them. Resolution 23-05, Town of North Beach fee schedule and voting. Motion to adopt resolution 23-05, the Town of North Beach fee schedule.
So moved.
We have a motion. Yep.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye and raising your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Great job, Lauren, out there on, who sits over there on the Brady Bunch? I don't know who it is. All right. Let's keep rolling. Resolution 23-06, a resolution of the mayor and town council of the town of North Beach, Maryland, endorsing a project for the installation of additional water valves to the town's water system and authorizing an application for funding through Community Legacy Program. We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
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 Fantastic. Thank you. Resolution 23-07, a resolution of the mayor and town council of the town of North Beach, Maryland, endorsing a project for the installation of riprap along the town boardwalk between 5th and 7th Streets and authorizing an application for the grant funding through Community Legacy. You have a motion to adopt resolution 23-07.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a
Second.
Have a third.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye and raising your hand.
Aye.
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 Thank you. Thank you, Lauren. Good job out there. I
I'm
gotta mess
here.
with, she's not here. with us. I gotta mess with her. And hope all goes well. All right, let's move right into mayor reports. I'm going to concede my time to council. I'm sure y'all hear from me enough. So I'd like to start down on Greg's side. No. Hold on. Let's start with Lauren because I always forget whoever's calling in. So Lauren, can you start, please? What happened? Hold on. You can't go anywhere.
No, I
There you
wasn't
go.
going
Now you're
anywhere.
back.
I was muted. Teddy ran in and I had to mute him for a second.
Oh, all right.
Then I was stuck in mute land. All right, okay, just a couple of things on flood. I'm just gonna report out from some stuff that's going on with the flood committee. So the final draft of the flood action plan is with the flood committee now for showstopper only comments, which are due back to Bayland tomorrow. I don't expect we'll have any comments. We're just focusing on reviewing that executive summary and the conclusion to make sure it's really super clear. So the very long report's easy for people to digest quickly and kind of understand what's in there and what the recommendations are. So the comments are due back tomorrow, and Bayland will finalize that report and release it to the town in June. So they're on time, and I guess after that we will adopt it by resolution, hopefully sometime in July. So that's coming. Anyway, it's exciting. As you know, it's been a really long process, but I think it's a solid product, and it's going to go really far in terms of helping us get grant funds to do the work that's identified in the plan. So I wish Donnie was here to be part of this, but anyway, so that's done. And then one other flood thing, I'm sure everyone saw the recent blast that went out, the email blast that went out about how well the Fifth Street pump did during the last two big rain events. So that's great too. And we were talking, Donnie and I were talking, we thought it would be a good idea to demo the pump, to demo it for the public, to show folks kind of like how it works. And so they can really see the volume of water if it comes out of that pump. So we are planning a demo of the Fifth Street pump in July, maybe around July, like middle of July. We'll let folks know, and if they want to come down and kind of see how well it works, that will be available. So that's the two big updates on the flood committee. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much. And again, wish your mom our best. And
Thank you.
you know, if you need any help with anything, let me know or let us know.
I will.
All
I
right,
need my
now.
mom to stop dancing in high heel sneakers.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Who does she think she is? All right,
I
let's
don't
move
know.
down to Councilman Dotson.
Just want to thank everyone for coming out. Just be safe out there. It's a lot of activity. That's it. And just to add on what Karen said, each municipality can submit up to 3 LERs. So just remember that just because we're supporting this one, there's 2 others out there you want to toss out there. Please think about it. All right. Thank you.
Thank
Be
you so
safe.
much. Keep going.
Just like to thank everybody for coming out and hope to see everybody at the Dragon Boat races.
That's right. It's tomorrow. What time does it start? Mary, Captain.
The rowing starts at 9 a.m. So, but we're there earlier. So, but yeah, it'll be great. Our team practiced last night. It was, well, I was gonna talk about it when it got to me, but we can.
We are at you now.
Okay, we're at me now.
No, we're not. We skipped right over Ken.
But I just-
Wait,
well, the
just
only
wait.
thing-
Sorry, Ken.
The only
I
thing I'm-
apologize.
that's-
To answer
Not a big
that
All right, good.
No,
Ken.
I'm crew tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say, but be on the boat and I will leave it up to the captain.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Team captain this year, so I'm very excited. We had a practice last night. It was great. We have some good rowers in there. We couldn't row actually on the bay because it was a little rough out. We had some white caps. So we were on the beach in the boat rowing sand. So if that's what it's gonna be like when we're out there, we might be okay. I have no clue, but we're gonna put our best effort forth and I think we'll be fine. But I also want to welcome Sergeant Moran. I look forward to seeing you around town and maybe see you at the Dragon Boat race. It starts at 9 a.m. We'll be there a little early to decorate our tent and do some things, but it should be a fun day. And then I also wanted to mention the horseshoe crabs. They're back, they're mating. It's kind of an exciting time on the beach. So if you're walking along the beach, go check them out. And Also mentioned the Nature Center. It's been open for a month now. And you've had quite a few visitors out there. I think you wrote down 236 walk-in visitors. And there's a lot of things planned too, and some Saturday drop-in programs. So, check out the Nature Center. It's a pretty cool place.
Thank you. Mickey?
Does Ken have anything else or?
I know, sorry.
I just, no, I'm there on
He's
Saturday.
rowing tomorrow.
I'm rowing on, I know, on Saturday.
He's saving up his energy on Saturday.
I said I'll be there. Yes, as long as Canada doesn't keep on bothering us, it'll be fine.
I know, it's,
Thank everybody for coming out and joining us online. And good luck to all the rowers. I unfortunately cannot row this year, which sucks. But good luck and have fun. And then the first movie of the season is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And it's Minions: The Rise of Gru. And that'll start at dusk on the beach. Other than that, I'm good.
All right, thank you so much. Again, thank you for coming today. And council, I appreciate all your hard work. Staff, I appreciate it. Residents, visitors, we appreciate you being here today. Can I get a motion to adjourn? So moved, second?
A second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye, and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Thank you so much, everybody.